Stay in, the true story of Room 6A. Hotels are meant to be a place of rest, comfort, and escape. But what if the room you check into never lets you leave the same way? Today, we unravel one of the most chilling and mysterious real-life stories ever told. The case of Room 6A, a hotel room so cursed, so terrifying, that guests either never checked out or left with stories that defy all logic and reality. For decades, this room has been the center of disappearances, unexplainable events, and whispered tales of time lost, phantom voices, and encounters with something not human. Tonight, we investigate what really happened behind the door of Room 6A and why the hotel wishes the story would disappear forever. Our story begins with the Riverside Inn, a charming old hotel built in the early 1900s, once a bustling stop for travelers and businessmen. From the outside, it seemed like any other inn. But by the 1960s, rumors about Room 6A began to surface. Guests reported feeling watched while sleeping, waking up to scratches on their arms, and hearing voices whispering their names in the dark. A few guests fled in the middle of the night, refusing to ever return. The hotel management dismissed the claims as superstition. Until the first disappearance. In 1971, a businessman named Thomas Reed checked into Room 6A for a two-night stay. When housekeeping entered the room after checkout time, everything was left behind: his wallet, suitcase, and keys. But Thomas himself was gone. No signs of forced entry. No struggle. The only strange clue: the alarm clock had stopped at 3:07 a.m. Despite police investigations, Thomas Reed was never found. This marked the first of many vanishings tied to Room 6A. Through the 1980s, more guests reported disturbing experiences. One woman claimed she lost 5 hours overnight, despite having no memory of sleep. A couple said the TV turned on by itself, showing images of people screaming silently. A man insisted he left his room for breakfast, only to be told by staff that 3 days had passed since he was last seen. Some guests fled the hotel barefoot, too terrified to retrieve their belongings. Others checked out in tears, refusing to discuss what happened. Local police opened several missing person cases linked to Room 6A. But without evidence, each case went cold. Frustrated families hired private investigators and even paranormal experts, who reported sudden temperature drops in the room, even in summer. Electronics malfunctioning, with watches and phones losing time. Shadow figures seen in mirrors that didn't match any living person in the room. One investigator recorded audio of a child's voice saying, "Don't stay," yet no children were present. The tape remains unexplained to this day. In 1994, a former hotel employee leaked documents suggesting the hotel had a hidden history of deaths and suicides in Room 6A. A guest in 1922 allegedly vanished in front of a witness, leaving only a torn bedsheet. In 1947, a maid was found dead in the room under strange circumstances. Her watch had stopped at 3:07 a.m., the same time noted in later cases. Over 30 unexplained incidents had been quietly recorded in the hotel's private logbook. Yet despite all this, the hotel never permanently closed the room. Why? Possibly to avoid ruining their reputation or because they feared stirring up whatever lived inside 6A. Some guests managed to escape Room 6A alive but were never the same again. A man woke up to see a faceless figure standing over him, whispering in a language he couldn't understand. A woman claimed the walls were breathing, and she felt the bed sinking as if the room itself was alive. Another guest reported seeing a different world through the window. A dark landscape with floating lights, nothing like the hotel's surroundings. All survivors reported time distortion, where hours vanished or entire nights passed in seconds. Some researchers believe Room 6A may sit on a magnetic anomaly or time-slip zone, where natural energy fields distort time and perception. Others think it's a psychological phenomenon, where suggestion and fear create hallucinations. But neither theory explains the physical disappearances, stopped clocks, or why so many unrelated guests report the same 3:07 a.m. phenomenon. The hotel eventually boarded up Room 6A. Officially, it's under renovation. Unofficially, locals say anyone who tries to open the door hears knocking from inside, despite the room being empty. Urban explorers claim the room is still active, with videos showing moving shadows and distant whispers. Most don't dare stay the night. So what is the truth about Room 6A? A cursed room haunted by spirits of the past? A rip in time itself, where guests simply slip away into another dimension? Or just an elaborate urban legend? Whatever it is, too many people have entered that room and never returned. leaving only unanswered questions and a chilling reminder that some mysteries are better left undisturbed. If you enjoyed this dark and mysterious true story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more chilling investigations from epic chaos where reality is always stranger than fiction.